is 43 days, so still a fair while. Still a good chunk of time, which we probably need. It's been a little bit frustrating since the last time you were here with the work we completed on the fairways with the top dressing. Certainly the club's point of view has been fairly frustrating because we haven't had the recovery through the last 4 weeks or so. And we're certainly on the road to recovery on the fairways. We're doing okay. We've just been doing some applications on the fairways. We did a light fertiliser application on the fairways last week, and they're starting to come through. We do have some issues through the autumn time with some patch disease on the fairways, and the top dressing and the work we've done actually has brought these patches out, and they're starting to grow back in, but they're pretty ugly at the moment. I've done this tournament 3 times. I've always said at the end of October we're still pretty ugly, and then through November and everybody realises the soil temperatures get up, and then we certainly get better and better towards the tournament. The guys are just doing some spraying on the tees at the moment. This is a foliar application on the tees, just trying to get a bit more density now so we can start cutting them properly. This is an application we do in the springtime for fairy ring on the fairways, which is a selected fairy ring. It's not the whole fairways. We had issues 2 years ago with fairy ring, quite bad. A lot of areas drying out in rings and what have you. So we took the opportunity last year to do this application, and it worked. This is our second application for this year, and it should keep those areas at bay. But it felt like the fairy ring was just getting worse and worse. We were tracking it and tracking it. And last year we certainly had a better result after these applications. Today is a foliar fert, some fairly high sort of nitrogen fertiliser going out. Notoriously I have problems with the tees at this time of the year, certainly going into this tournament. And this year is no exception. We're certainly, the tee areas aren't that big on the golf course. And so yeah, we have a lot of golf. We're going upwards towards 50,000 rounds on the golf course, and through the winter time obviously the wear and tear is quite substantial. Trying to look after the wear and tear between now and the tournament is probably our biggest challenge. Certainly in the walk-in areas of the bunkers and walk-off areas of tees. I really want to get some regulation on the fairways, and I think we probably will. Light rates of Primo will go out on the fairways, I'm hoping, from say maybe 2 weeks' time, just to really tighten them up and get a surface. From the top dressing we did, the surface on the fairways are really firm, so I'm really pleased about that. We have a lot of bunkers. We have about 74 bunkers. They're quite an integral part of the golf course. The bunker we're coming up to now is quite a large bunker between the 10th and 18th fairways. The last time you were here was our biggest challenge with the bunkers, but the guys have gone through. And if you look at the sand placement in this bunker, it's pretty much there. We haven't gone through and edged this bunker yet. We're starting to get that detail correct on the bunkers. We'll keep working at that over the next 40 days or so. We'll just nip across to one of the bunkers. The guys have been flying there and edging some of the bunkers. They're just starting to get some detail on it. We sort of need a consistent lip around the bunkers just to show them off to their full potential. The guys have gone through and edged this. You can see that lip. We just need a bit more sand up around there, which we've got time to do without a problem. It's really starting now to get that lip and just trying to maintain that sand up to them, and then we get a real crisp and quite impressive look to the bunkers. This is where we have problems with wear and tear around the walk-ins. This isn't such a bad one, but we do have problems with a few diseased areas, and when we get disease then it wears out that much quicker. As from 3 weeks ago where I thought we were behind time, I'm actually really pleased where we're at the moment. So sometimes when we're doing these tournaments, we get so caught up in it, we don't do the right things with our landscaping, and we leave things. We have a lot of crepe myrtle trees on the golf course, and if they don't get pruned back properly, the flowering is absolutely substandard. You can actually see how hard the guys have gone and cut them back. These are a Tuscarora crepe myrtle, or Lagostromia. They're a red or a pinkish reddish colour. We won't get any flowers for the tournament, but we will get a real fresh, beautiful tree for the tournament, and that's the same the whole way around the golf course. So we took a little bit of grief from some well-known horticulturists in the membership, and they said that we'd cut them back too hard, but they're actually coming on superbly. And from now on, I think we'll probably see sort of 3 or 4 inches of growth every week, so there'll be a big tree to look at. Through from last time, we had a look in our staff and admin area for our new facility. This is where it all happens. My mechanic Josh would say this is where all the work happens. We have electric gators in the middle here. We have these cords that come down, and then they plug into the gators to charge them at night. And then we have our mowers all the way around the outside, and then we've got a nice sort of circular area where we can move machines around. And then at this end is the mechanic's workshop.
The main thing is just efficiency. You notice how easy it is. Before it was a task to get reels from the floor to the table to the grinder. We really designed this around grinding and just trying to be efficient. You can see the lift tables we've got here. They bring everything up off the floor, so I'm not working on the floor. And just how easy it is to get it in there. Just trying to streamline those processes and trying to make it easy. We recess these lift tables into the ground, so it's easy to get everything onto them. And then they lift up. We've got 2 of them, and we've got the hoist. The main thing that connects it all together is the gantry crane. So the gantry crane, we're pretty lucky to have that. It's a big ticket item, and it's like having half a dozen extra guys in the workshop ready to give me a hand. It just takes all the manual handling away from everything. The heads on the fairway mowers, they weigh about 70 kilos. And I was having to roll them and lift them on a little jib crane that we had on the grinding machine onto a table, and then pull them apart and then lift them back into the grinder. Whereas now these lift tables, they double as sort of platforms I can work on. So I can pull everything apart on them all at once and then just shoot them straight into the grinder. This is 2014 Open, and Robert Allaby broke a rake. He had a really bad shot on the third, and he picked this rake up and he snapped it in half, and he threw it on the ground next to a couple of the boys that were there, and famously said that those greenkeepers should be shot. So I took it up to the putter and got him to sign it afterwards.